I thought we'd got a bit too dark. I thought the lighting would be all wrong, so we got a bit of artificial lighting going on, and
That's worked quite well, hasn't it?
hopefully that will work quite well. Where's my drink? Oh, there it is.
Never mind your drink. Where's my drink?
Cheers.
So,
Mate.
yeah.
Pints of wine.
So last night, you stayed in the house and I stayed on the boat, and I had a fantastic night's sleep.
Oh,
How
me
about
too.
you?
Me too.
Oh no, you're fat.
You're tossing and turning.
Oh, you fucking dominate the bed, and you grab the duvet and you roll over. But when you roll back, you don't bring it back. You get another
gnash your
yard
teeth
of it.
and snore.
I do not. You snore. I do not. I might gnash my teeth, but I do not snore. Not on this boat, maybe in the house.
I have to stroke your face when you're asleep to stop you from snoring, because it goes, and then you go back to sort of sleep. Do you do that to me when I snore? How do you stop? You just punch me in the ribs, don't you, when I snore?
I don't notice you snoring, but I do know. I toss and turn
Oh,
a
well,
lot.
you just said I snore.
You used to, yeah, but I don't know. I haven't heard you snore in a while, but I'm so hot in the night, I toss and turn. But you take up like 50% of the fucking bed, man.
Well, it's a bed, isn't it? It's a husband and wife bed. Of course I'm going to take up 50%. That's my off, isn't it?
And also, it's because it's quite cheap foam on the boat. It's got like a scoop where you go, and there's a big ridge, and then there's a scoop.
That's because Jenny Gamble used to sleep on those cushions.
No, she didn't. No, she
Squashed
never.
and
She,
flat.
don't talk ill of the dead, Graham, because that's
I'm
another.
not talking ill of it. I used to think she was marvellous.
That was another one of my friends who worked at Dolphin Safari. There's quite a few of them lately have died. Karen has turned yellow, and when I say she's turned yellow, I do not mean she's gone to work for Dolphin Adventure. Her skin has turned yellow. This is my friend Karen. She's a right pisshead. And Tim and Kaiser saw her this morning, and they said she looks terrible.
That's not
They've
good.
said she can't come to work. She's got to go to the
hospital.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Get checked out. For
So
sure,
I'm really worried
for sure.
about Karen, actually.
Yeah. I'm going to turn that light up. It's better.
I've got a purple witchy one as well.
Yeah.
So, what have you done today apart from make a mess in the garden and the kitchen?
I was plinking beer cans.
Saw it.
I bought all this beer, so because I needed some beer cans to suit that, so I had to drink the beer first.
I wasn't impressed with what you lined up.
Well, it was just some beer cans.
No, you need something like smaller things, because it's not a shotgun, is it? It's not going to blast them away. They just kind of pathetically fall over. We set up a really good challenge years ago when we went on holiday while we were on the run. We went to Crete, didn't we?
Heraklion.
And we bought a couple of BB guns, and we had competitions in the hotel room. We had like a matchbox on a can, and then maybe a cigarette upended.
We left all bullet holes all over the dresser, didn't we?
Yes, I forgot that.
I do hope they don't notice all the bullet holes in the dresser.
Well,
So
I
we
went.
just stood them on the table and just shooting at them from the bed.
I had quite a productive day. I had to go into work to do the office. I was called in to do office to cover for Kaiser this afternoon, and as soon as she left, Tim and I did a hard sell on these people who came to the office and said, "We're only going on the yellow boat. We're only going on the yellow boat." And their reason was that the yellow boat has a marine biologist, and I am not committing defamation by saying no, they fucking don't. If any of that lot are marine biologists, so's my fucking cat. Anyway, we explained that to them, and we thought there were two people, and the rule is, if we can carry up to 12 passengers and we only need one captain and one crew, which we had, Tim and Matthews. As soon as we go to 13 passengers, we have to have a captain and two crew. And the crew have to be qualified, like me, Graham, Tim, Matthews, Ben, Sammy. And there's only me, Tim and Matthews. And we sold it to these two people, and she went, "Oh, there'll be four of us." So we clocked over to the 13.
Oh,
and
dear.
she paid full price and everything. And Tim said, "You know what this means, don't you? I need a third crew." I said, "Oh, well, there'll be no one manning the office." So I had to go out on the boat, and the dolphins were amazing.
I'm offended.
Graham, the dolphins
I'm
were
offended.
amazing today. You know when they do that thing, they were commons, there were loads of them, flat sea. we'd been watching them, and they're like hippies of the sea. It's like they've been smoking weed and stuff. I love the common dolphins. They come right up and they like really look at the people and stuff. You can almost touch them. Anyway, Tim did a bit of surfing as a cormorant. You never seen a cormorant before?
Yeah.
Anyway, while he was surfing, they did that thing like, we're going somewhere, you know, where they start leaping. And I went, Tim, we're going somewhere. So he put it in like full speed and dolphins leaping all round. It was one of those trips. It was absolutely fucking magical. I loved it. And then I went back to the office and I said, oh, put the boat away. He said, you're joking, we've got a private charter. And then they went out on the private charter and I fixed a few things in the office, so it was quite productive. Came back here and I've started repairing the front of the boat, which I won't bore you with showing you right now. Daisy left a comment saying you had a boyfriend who was a car thief and stole a milk float and a helicopter. Wow. Kudos. Although stealing helicopters when not qualified can be very, very dangerous.
It can be quite dangerous when you are
Very.
qualified.
Yeah, apparently he only got it a few feet off the ground. That's enough, isn't it? They can smash themselves to
Getting it off
pieces.
the ground and putting it back down again is no mean feat. Trust
No.
me, if you don't know what you're doing.
I'm impressed. Davey,
Yeah.
Daisy, give me his number. He's our kind of chap, isn't he?
Definitely.
So what have you been up to?
Nothing.
today?
Shooting beer
Thinking
cans.
and
Just editing some really old home footage and
oh, what, your parachute stuff?
yeah.
You've got loads of that, haven't you? It's
Yeah.
worth doing.
There's quite a lot, but most of it's really boring. I'm just trying to pick out less boring bits, you know.
Put some music with it, but not the same music you used on the plinking video. I wasn't keen on that. Who had
Well,
that?
that's
Was that Faith or you?
no, that's Apple iMac sort of editing music that you can use, which isn't copyright shit.
I'm not surprised. No one
If
would
you use
copyright that
if you
shit.
use anyone's music, you get a copyright strike straight away. So you get your channel taken down. So
Yeah.
you've got to be really careful with music.
You know, I'll tell you what. Graham and I interviewed Steve Skerritt years ago. We rented an office and everything. Graham took his camera along. He uploaded it on YouTube, and you got a copyright strike on that, and it's his bloody property. But this
Completely mine.
was years ago when YouTube, anybody could bang in a copyright and they'd just take you down. They wouldn't even check. I mean, that's outrageous. I mean, I think you've got that removed because I've got all that on my YouTube channel, but it's private for now. Discord.
Trevor had that problem when he was in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Someone hit him with a
he
copyright
He
strike.
did a tortilla challenge
And
with
said
his
it-
son.
Someone said that's my fucking copyright, and it was clearly in.
It was him and his son doing the tortilla challenge, where you put water in your mouth and you slap
So how
each
can you
other's
prove?
faces.
Yeah, I remember it. How can you prove that it's your copyright?
Well, it was Trevor's kitchen with Trevor's son on Trevor's phone. I think he's had that sorted out. I think actually he's had quite a few victories lately. I'm quite right too. Well, he's an MC. Of course he's going to have victories.
Don't take no shit.
James
He can
Bond.
take it. He can take it, but he can give it back as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. In
Big
bucket
time.
loads, yeah. So, tomorrow you're back at work. Work.
Yeah.
Sits on a dolphin boat. Sits on his arse.
It's exhausting.
Driving. You don't even have
But
to
it's-
hold the
it's
steering wheel,
mental-
actually.
It's mental stress.
Oh,
All
your
that- all that-
mental health problems.
It's all that responsibility. All those people's lives are in my hands. You know? I'm
That's
responsible
true,
for
actually.
their lives. I am.
That is true.
You know, if it boat was to have a whoopsie, shall we say, and sink and people drowned, moi is the one with his neck on the block going to jail.
Goldfin is a great ship.
Tell that to what's his name, Luigi Tagliatelle, the captain of the Costa fucking Concordia.
Yeah, well, he sailed far too close to the rocks. to try and save
And he
a
was
bit of
first
fuel.
to jump off into the lifeboat and row away,
In a
wasn't he?
cocktail dress, going ladies and children
Ah.
first, women and children first.
16 years he got in jail. 16 years.
Yeah, he killed quite a lot of people. It's not like that, Graham. Why do you want to tempt fate talking about shit
Well, I'm
like
not
that?
tempting fate. I'm just saying that's the kind of responsibility that
That's the
you
sort of thing that might happen in March and April,
You've
not
got-
this end of the year.
that's the kind of responsibility that's on you. You know, you have to deal with it. You have to think responsibly all the time.
That's why you have such fabulous crew, such as Matthews
Yes.
and Faith.
You get paid such fabulous wages.
Some of you lot do. I tell you, Tim subscribes to this channel, so I'd be careful what you say.
I'm not complaining about my wages, not at all. I drink to my boss. Thank you, sir.
Okay, that's probably quite enough for tonight. The Discord, have you been on the Discord?
Yes, I was on Discord today.
I tried to do it on my phone.
I was talking to Rhea Snakespeare. is
Rhea
it?
Snakespeare,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was chatting to me, but they're all boxes. Nobody was doing it. Apparently, you can do video
I think a
live
group,
with each
a
other. You
group
can
chat.
do.
But I'm going to
But
try
they
and
were
get
all.
on
They
that.
were all. They said, "Oh, I haven't done my hair. I'm not coming on." No.
Well, Diana T said she tried signing up for it and it wanted a mobile phone number. Well, I looked and there's an option, use your mobile or your email. And I tried with the mobile and it was very complicated. So next time I'm going to try with my email and then that should be
But we've got to get it
easier.
sorted for Christmas because Christmas is coming and we're going to be doing
And
more and more live.
Halloween is coming up. Halloween, ghost
Yeah,
stories.
yeah. And these will all be.
And then Bonfire Night. I think Bonfire Night is going to be very
Pre-Christmas
historical
lights.
and royal and stuff.
We don't have bonfire night out here.
And there is a what do they call it? A state visit from the South African president, which at Buckingham Palace, which means tiaras. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for
All
that
the
one.
princesses will be
The
out looking fabulous.
the Princess of Wales and the Queen Camilla, and of course Sophie and all the others being tiaras. And I can't wait for that. I love all that. It's real Cinderella stuff coming up for the winter.
Poor Princess Meghan of Sussex. She can't.
Oh.
She won't be there, will she? I hope not.
Who?
Some woman, person.
I don't know her.
No.
I think that's enough for now.
Thank you. Good night, and may your God go with you.